you get to know a lot of functionalities and all those things, then we please work on it. Okay. Yeah. Um, sorry, I have not worked last 3 days. I will do it this. Thank you, Paul. I completely need to work on plotting. We'll do it. Excellent. Good job, guys. See, the one who professionals, they are working, guys. You're not professionals. Are you understand? So the one who freshers, you spend more times and complete all this work. Getting my point? Good. Whatever the students got placed, if you open a resume, everybody they mentioned one projects. That is a common projects for everybody, every day, every year also. I will tell you the name of the projects and I hope you excellent, good job, Prasanna. And I'll tell you, I will tell you one thing. So I hope you heard about there is a company called PayPal, isn't it? What is the name of the company? Whose company? It's a Elon Musk company, isn't it, guys? He was founder before, and then he changed to some other these things, guys, right? So here I will give you PayPal. That's right, Saurav. Excellent activity. So let me tell you, guys. My one student, I mean, my brother itself, he went for an interview. So he got one questionnaire from PayPal. That would be the round number one. So can I share that questions so that you can understand? And I wanted to see that how many of them can solve that first round of interview questions. And those things are not fake. And I am going to give those things, you going to assign those projects as your project number one in your resume. Either you are a freshers or experience, everybody please mention that projects on your resume. Am I clear? Everybody's understand? So here we go. And but before that, just one moment. I think yesterday we haven't updated all those things we done, right, guys? Yeah. So let's close and okay. So April and 30th. I'll give you one case studies to everybody. Okay. So let's open it. I will give you, let's understand this one and then I'll assign to them for first resume projects. So a lot of people say, sir, even though I update the resume, I haven't got interview calls, right, guys? So it could be many factors for that. So when the days goes on, I'll explain all the details and everything. So the first thing, which I just wanted to highlight in over here, like what is meant by projects? The projects which always be live, always be live. The projects that has no depth. Are you understand? So, for example, I say IMDb rating. Are we done it or not? So, do you think those projects has a debt, guys? Maybe we die, but those projects never die. Database never dies. How, sir? Because they already hired someone, isn't it? And they create their own generations. I hope you're getting my point. So these projects has never dead. So this is called live projects, guys. This is called, please get it. This is called live projects. And that's what I am assigning these projects to work on it. And also you take one client name and also you can implement those projects as well. And in technically, this type of projects, we called as capstone projects, guys. What are the projects we call? Capstone projects. Now let's discuss what type of domains, where those projects are available, guys. Those live projects available. Shall we discuss, guys? Available. Now that's why there's a concept called BFSI. So in BFSI, we have banking industry and we have finance industry and we have service sectors and we have insurance sectors. Guys, on 23rd Sunday, 23rd April, I'm going to take workshops on deep learning. Understood? So even though you understand or not understand, I want you to join if I wish. Anyway, I'll cover all those things in the classes, but still, a lot of out students also joined and all those things. So if you listen, I hope you understand. Those are deep learning. It's going to be like 2 hours and 3 hours workshops, and are we going to build those things as well? And anyway, if you learned, I will repeat again in the class. So when you listen 2 times, then your brain is more strongest, guys. Are you understand? So let me talk about what is the course. I'll share you all the workshops linked to you in next week. Just remind me, anybody, if I forgot, right? That's the first thing. And second thing, artificial intelligence. Guys, very simple. What is meant by artificial intelligence? The subjects which we learning is data science, means it is a combination of machine learning, AI, and everything, so isn't it? So when I speak about artificial intelligence, our brain is trained from many things, from parents, from school teachers, from educations, from friends, from colleagues, from neighbors, it could be etc., isn't it? Now whatever we done, same thing has to be done by machines. And those, how the machines can understand like human, with the help of some of the packages. What are the packages? TensorFlow, Keras, NLTK, all those things, guys. That's called artificial. So now once you learn this course, you become a artificial intelligence engineer, software engineer or not, machine learning engineer or machine learning developer who develop the ML models. You guys are eligible for those roles, guys. Those roles and responsibility. Everybody's clear? Now, next step. So what I'm talking about, BFSI, banking, finance, service, insurance sector. Now, let me tell you guys, do you think and telecom, do you think telecom will stop? Telecom will die? Answer my questions, guys. Now, I'll give you one projects. Let me tell you, customer feedback analysis. What is the name of the projects, guys? Customer feedback analysis. Now, if I explain all the domains, who is the user? Customers or elephant or tiger? No, right? We are the customers. So that's why these customers are the user. Now, everywhere the feedback is important or not, guys? Now, if you take a feedback from banking, feedback from finance, feedback from service, feedback from insurance, and feedback from telecom, isn't it? And in telecom, there's a lot of projects we have, and I'm going to explain all those things. If you go and take my GitHub profile, you'll find tons of projects over there, guys, and all projects are completely live. All projects are completely live. Are you understand what is meant by live? So this I am going to talk about totally live projects, guys. Am I clear? First thing, I'll give you one of the use case. I want you to, did I open this one? Excellent. So let's read the questions and then you assume you're attending first round of interview of any of the company. So we started this batch just 20 days back only, just 20 days. But now I'm talking about interview, right, guys? Today onwards, start prepare resume. I understand what I said. In 2 months, you have to apply, guys. You have to apply. So let's talk about. So here, my yesterday only my 6 p.m. batch completed. And a lot of students already they cried yesterday after they're done because they missed the sessions, guys. And some of the experienced people they drop a message like, so here, look at this, guys. I just I want to express my heartfelt thanks for teaching data science and in a very practical way. Your instructions on decision tree modeling has helped me in my profession's work immediately. You also guided me in creating effective CVs and boosted my confidence in data science and job hunting. Your practical approach has made the subject easy and applicable to real world scenario. I'm grateful for your dedications and effort in teaching, and I feel fortunate to have learned from you. Thank you for your invaluable guidance, and I look forward to applying the lessons, guys. Means he's a working professionals. Are you understand? And he worked one of the projects. And the same times I started explaining decision tree algorithms, guys. Which algorithms? Decision tree algorithms. And that's why he write tons of codes to deployment. Now, after explanations, immediately fractions, and he got more to lot of appreciations from his client. He personally met me. These guys, these are experienced folks. Are you understand or not? And another students, there are a lot of. He's a leader in Dubai, and I just wanted to talk about these things, guys. So let's talk about this one feedback, and I'll just talk about this guy. Okay. So look at this. He posted, I mean, some of the connections after complete the course. They are not freshers, they're exposers, they're experienced folks. See, look at this, Sayed. He's a senior analyst come, he's a UAE program. Happy to announce that and for guiding me journey and explaining from the basic to advanced level. And finally he got a lot of projects from his client. Are you understand? After learn this class, lot of students they connect me after that because my company has this use cases, how I solve it. I'm not saying I'm a great in all those things. Whatever experiences I carries, understand, guys, those experiences fit to the organizations, guys, and those concepts wise I'm teaching you here. Are you getting my point or not? So only one reason I'm explaining all those things, please practice, practice, practice. There's nothing secrets, guys. Work hard and prepare resume. Okay. Now here, I'll talk about case studies. The amazing bank is one of the leading financial institutes. So assume you are at in first round now. Are you getting my point, guys? So I'm giving you some of the interview questions to you. So the question is, let's assume it's a bank, a domain. Which domain? Banking domain. We have many banks or not in the world. National bank, international bank as well. What are the international banks, guys? JP Morgan, Citibank, Dutch Bank, Allied Irish Bank, many of the banks we have, Wells Fargo. Very good, Paul. I will, yeah, I'm planning start POC with Open Library Python support. Yeah, it's possible, Paul. Yeah. So I'll tell you, the CEO of the bank, you have been recruited as a freelance data science consultancies. Let's assume the company selected you. Let's assume the company given an interview for you, and the interview is so here credit risk strategy enabling data driven. The CEO of bank writes the following email to you. You're the first number. Welcome on board, and we're proud to have you. Every day our existing credit strategy means the company which take interview for you, those companies already had a data scientist team, guys. On which conditions you get job, guys? Either the existing student quit the job so that you can replace on his positions, isn't it? Or they will hire you as a fresher. There's a two situations where you apply for a job, and isn't it? Let's talk about this one now. So here, our existing credit strategy needs some serious fine tuning as it has completely failed to identify potential default behaviors in the post COVID world. Now, let me tell you, we need your expertise and help support us redesigning credit risks strategy in the new COVID world. We have shared sample data for you to get started, which has data from March 22. I'll give you the what exactly. Understand the passes also it takes required knowledge, guys. Understand what exactly mean to say in the COVID government declared you no need to pay EMI for 3 months or not, guys. I hope some of them skip payment, but some of people thinks government says do not make any payment. Are you guys understand or not? So let's say there's a few things. The catch is, so it's a loss for bank or profit for the bank? Definitely, it is a loss for the bank, guys. It is a loss for the bank. Being a data scientist, being a data scientist or data analyst, you need to find out or you need to predict which are the customer in future going to be default. Default means what? What is meant by default customer? The customer does not pay, does not pay EMI for more than 3 months or 6 months. Am I correct or not? So because of the this is what work. I mean, no, that's not default. That's not permanent. The customers which does not pay the EMI for more than 3 months and 6 months, guys, those called default customers. So what I'm trying to say, so C will assign the task. The task is more than identify defaulter customer. What is the first thing you need to do? Being a data scientist or data analyst, you have to find out which customers are default. Oops. This is the first use case, right? And the second one is why they are default. Why they are default. Third, what suggestions you given to the organizations to stop the behavior of, to stop default behavior. Now, my question, the point which I explained right now, isn't it valid or not? Yes, guys? We have valid or not, guys, this one? Now, in this one, let's talk about. So here, let's assume, guys, are you understanding the use case or not? So let's talk about these are the problem statement we have. What statement, guys? Problem statement. And now being a data analyst, I have a three problems, means organization has a three problems. So first you have to find out which customers are default from data set, right guys? Data set comes from DB, database. Why they are default, what suggestions you given to the organizations to stop default behaviors. Now let's solutions. What solutions you can provide. But before that, let's next step. Let's explore the data now. Let's explore the data sets now, right guys? So now let's talk about here. You skimmed through the data and learned that there are 1 million customers. 1 million customers means how many rows, guys? How many rows? 10 lakhs rows. Isn't it 1 million means 10 lakhs rows? So in the data sets, how many rows we have? 10 lakhs rows. How many columns we have? Features means columns or not? Features means columns, 1,000 features, 1,000 columns. Out of 1,000 columns, 700 numeric column and 300 categorical column. 700 numeric and 300 categorical. And 5% are default customers are there. Means in history, in the data set, 5% they are default customers means how many 5%, guys? 1,000 into 5 by 100, how much? I think 50, something like that. Okay, so those customers are default customers. Now let's assume they'll give some of the questionnaire. What would be your first step? List different TDA you'd like to do with the data before you get started. First question. Second questions. How are you going to handle missing values? List of, please list them. Before getting into modeling, apart from point A and point B, do you want to do anything else with the data to understand default behaviors? Point number 4, I mean, how do you find out the customers who did not pay continuous three installments? Do you want to rethink about the leveling strategy for the target? How will you validate the leveling strategy is correct? What to GPO X and Y in the data set? How are you going to handle outliers? If the outliers, numerical outliers, how do you going to handle? And if the outliers is categorical, how do you handle the outliers? Do you want to include all the entire 1,000 features? What model do you want and choose why? So I explained till G part because HIJKLM, I haven't covered it. So skip them so far. Are you guys understand or not? Anyone, raise your hands, online, team, and offline. Anybody, read the questions. What solutions? This is the first round, assume. What solutions you can give into the bankers? See, if you apply for a data science job roles, the first thing, no one asks for package barrier. You know what is meant by package barrier? Means every company have some limitations. The limitation saying I'm going to provide only 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. But here, if your package is 20, you can also earn up to 50 LPA, guys. Trust me. You don't need to be director and board members for it. Just a developer in data science. I hope you can get it. Thank you. So just one moment. Alan, anybody, guys, can you please raise your hands? I think someone raised hand. Okay. Online team and offline team. Anyone? Very simple. The first step, please go ahead, dear. First one, identifications, variable identifications. Now look at the first questions. What would be your first step? List a different EDA you would like to do with data before you get started. Before you do EDA, what you going to do first step? Anyone, online team. The first thing is cleansing data. Very good, Saurav. The first one is import data. First thing. What is the next step now? We understand like length, dot head, dot tail, and then very good, Paul, data cleansing. Yes, data cleansing. And what is the next step? What is the data cleansing means? Before I go ahead data cleansing, first I will remove all the regular expressions, noisy characters or not. Yes, guys. So the first thing, we read the data and we read the data using Python pandas, right, guys? Right. And then what next step, guys? Once we do this, import the data, import the data. Okay. And second one, what you do, and then we apply all the functionalities called like you need to length functions, column functions, see the describe, and all those things or not, and describe, and then info, and what else, guys? Shape, you check the dimensions and all those things. Same things we're doing or not, guys? But this is not EDA. This is, we just read the data in Python and then check whether it is a raw data or clean data. This is the first thing. It must be raw data. If you have raw data, then as you said, I gave you one of the practical state and how to remove all the regex and how to remove all those things, guys, isn't it? And then make raw data to clean data with none. Even though the none is there, that's fine. Missing values also there. That would be the fine, guys. And after that, what we do, guys, then clean data. Once then, can we apply EDA technique to clean data or not? Online team, I hope you understand. Now, Paul, then we come back to the identical dependent. So what are the EDA techniques we apply into the clean data, guys? So guys, I'll tell you a lot of interview questions. They will ask these questions. How to start the project? If you're experienced folks, they will ask you how to start the projects. Can you please explain data cleansing steps? Right, guys? Data cleansing steps. So once we do, and in this part, import the data and raw data or clean data, and raw data, then you raw data to clean data. And here also you need to do, if you have date and time, if you have addresses, Are you understand or not? If you have like all those things, make use using split. Okay, you need to make columns, guys. Right, guys? You need to make columns. Now, then clean data, then EDA technique. What is EDA techniques? Univariate variable identifications, right? And isn't it what is independent? What is dependent variable? You're done. And then you make univariate analysis. Then you make bivariate analysis. And then you make missing value treatment. In missing value, if you have a numerical, what strategy we can implement, guys? Mean, median, mode, isn't it? Again, missing value, we have like categorical. If you have categorical, what strategy we can impute? Mode or KNN. But 99% we're going to use mode because that take care of nice. And once we're done, so what happened? Even though we have clean data and we fill and fill null values with Python, any of the programs. I mean, once we cleaned it, we fill the missing values or not, guys? Once we done missing values, what is the next step? You start implement matplotlib and seaborn and then visualize. What you visualize, guys? If you have outlier detections, anomaly detections, will you do it or not? What are the visualizations techniques? Many things: box plot, joint plot, lm plot, carry plot. What else, guys? Many things we done or not? Facet grid, all those things we've been done. Yes, Prasanna, go ahead, please. Any question? You raise your hands. Anything you want to share?
You're able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So I was saying about the imputation. It comes.
Yes. And then after facet grid, then what is Prasanna? It's an imputation, isn't it, guys? What is imputations technique? What is imputation techniques, guys? The next step. Dummy variable treatment. And then what else? One hot encoder. Did you practice the task which I assigned you? Are you done? And label encoder. But label encoder, I didn't see practical, right? We just done dummy variable. All those things I'll show you in scikit-learn. Once imputation's done, then we split the data into, See, what exactly happened here? All the categorical value turn to numerical part, turn to numerical part. Once we done numerical part, then you apply feature scaling. What is scaling, guys? Feature scaling, we also call transformer. Transformer in the sense I'll call it as a two technique, which is called normalizer and standardizer, guys. I will tell you what is called mean max scalar, all those things in next concepts. Just one moment. Let's close this. Let's close this. Min max scalar. Once we apply feature scaling, then we done with before we do split the data into x and y. Split the data into what is x, guys? Independent or dependent? Independent. Y means dependent. Then we apply feature scaling. Then split the data into training testing phase. How many phases we have? Training phase and testing phase. And after that training, I can split into X train, X test, and Y train and Y test. Guys, are you getting my point? And then based on the business use case, but before that, so here, split the data into independent. But let me tell you, the business use case need to be understand well, because if dependent variable is continuous, what problem is this, guys? Regressions. If dependent variable is continuous, then we implement Regression algorithms. What are algorithms we can implement? Simple linear, multiple linear, all regressions. If the dependent variable is binary, if the dependent is binary, then we use classifications, guys. If the dependent variable is binary, what type of problem we can implement, guys? Classifications, right? Anybody's there? No, no one is there. Just 1 second. Stay on. One second, buddy. Okay. So once the dependent variable is binary, then we implement classifications. Means we get to know which algorithms we need to implement here. Clear? Now the next step. What is, as you know, let's say I implement decision tree or maybe random forest algorithms, right, guys? Continue regressions, string, we can go regressions. No, that's Paul. I will tell you. This is, I'm not explaining right now. I'm giving you the complete, let's mention all the steps. This becomes end-to-end part. This becomes end-to-end part. Okay. Once we understand random forest algorithms, what is the next step, guys? We train we train this RF algo to X train and Y train, guys. And the model is built, and the model is built. Once the model is built, okay, we test the model, guys. Training phase is done, and then testing phase comes. Then testing phase comes. So we have a lot of next topics. I hope you don't understand at this moment. Leave it. So at this moment, this is the workflow. Are you understand what is meant by projects? What is meant by projects now? This business use case, tell me. So the customer is default or not? Regressions or classification? Online team. The customer is default or not? Regressions or classifications, guys? All set regressions. Yes, please go ahead, Prasanna. What is the output?
It should be a classification
Excellent.
because
Because
it's in yes or no. It's not
default
in
or no, it's not a
correct.
regressions. So thank you. So it is a classifications. Yes, Prasanna. Now, can you tell me which algorithms I'm going to implement now? Tell me the
Uh,
list of set of algorithms.
um,
Logistic regressions,
yes, bias.
SVM,
Yeah.
decision tree, random
Yes.
forest, naive KNN,
KNN. Yeah.
artificial neural network as well. Understand? Thank you. So, guys, everybody's clear. So, this is binary. So, we're going to implement classifications, not regressions. Am I clear or not? So, if you implement regressions, what happened? What is the output? Cat become dog, male become female, isn't it, guys? So the business is going to be output is disaster. So next day the CEO come and give you a nice warning letter and paper. HR will get back you. Tata, bye bye. Are you getting me or not, guys? So please, all those things is very important, and we get to know those things, guys. Right now, let's talk about this one. So here, what would be your first step? Are we covered this, guys? First point. How are you going to handle missing values? What is response for this answer? How you handle missing values? If the value is numeric, I mean, we need to apply fill NA or mean strategy or mode strategy. We fill missing values. Before you get into model building, what you do extra, you need to plot the visualizations to detect outliers or not. How to detect outlier in the data? So let's say there are 10 customers, guys, 10 bank customers. One, two, three, four, five, six. So this is one, two. So let's say their EMI is 15,000 per month, or maybe 90,000 per month. Now I have 10 customers, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven customers, let's say. Out of seven customers, let's assume three customers pay EMI, but this customer doesn't pay EMI. So is outlier or not? So this customer is defaulter or not? So the question is how to find out the default behavior of the customer. What is the answer for that? What is the answer for that, guys? You need to plot the graph. You need to plot the graph. How are you going to handle outliers? Do you want to include entire 1,000 features? Yes or no? Can you answer me the question number G? Online team. Prasanna said yes. What about others? Yes or no? Very good. You no need to feed all 1,000 features, guys. You no need to feed all 1,000 features because what problem comes up? Overfitting, guys. When overfitting problem comes, I'll tell you once again what is overfitting, underfitting. So if you train the model with more features, then overfitting problem comes. You may ask a question, sir, why not we considered all 1,000 features? Let's assume a student's name, student's height, student weight, student studying hour, student playing hour. Understand or not, guys? And then how much time he spent, and then student pass or exam. So pass or fail, it is a classifications or regressions, guys? Classifications. And now can I split the data? Class pass or fail is dependent, rest of them independent or not? If you build the model, name, height, weight, study, playing time, definitely do you find some irrelevant attributes or not? What are the irrelevant attributes? Height and weight. Student pass exam or fail exam, it doesn't cares student height, student weight, and students unhealthy or unhealthy. Are you guys understand or not? Even though you're not healthy, you have to write exam. Am I correct or no? Are you getting my point? Prasanna, I hope you're clear now. So if you add all attributes, so might there is overfitting. What happen if overfitting comes? Then accuracy decrease, error increase. I will give you a lot of real-time projects as well. No need to worry. In classification, I will test you how to check overfitting in the model, practical, how to check underfitting in the model. So we have a long way to go, guys. We have long way to go. Now, next one. So this is the work, and this is the projects. So then out of how to decide which features to take over. Very good question. So that's why how to take overfitting. The first thing is business understanding. Understand, Sashibhushan? The first thing is business understanding. That's why whenever we go to the organizations, they will give a database, right? No, while you talk about bagging boosting, that's a different concept, Siamini. So here, business understanding is the first things you must need to do. And then attribute understanding is very important. Attribute understanding is very important. And then identify relevant and irrelevant attributes is very important once again. I hope you're clear. Okay, Sashi. So all those things we have here. So when the time comes, I will explain all those things in detail. So that's why everything I mentioned, so that I never miss, there is an interview question is, what is feature selection technique? What is interview question, guys? Feature selection techniques. What is meant by feature selections? Just now, I think Sashibhushan asked this question. Out of 1,000 features, how to select the right features is important. Now, I hope you guys go for shopping or not. Let's say you purchase tomato kilo, 1 kilo tomato you want to purchase. How to find out which tomato is important? You need to select it or not? Are you guys getting my point? Same way in the business, you need to find out which is right attributes. Immediately you can say to me, student height and weight doesn't impact student pass the exam or fail the exam. How do you find out that is irrelevant attribute? Based on business understanding, guys. So that's what I called a developer cannot be a data scientist. Little bit an analytic skill also required, and more explanations and a little bit patience required to build the models. So there's a three techniques, guys, by using correlations. I will tell you. So featured selections, there is all the time. Remember three questions, guys. Feature engineering technique and feature selection technique. What are the feature selection techniques? I'll tell you what is filter method, what is this is data mining concepts, what is wrapper method, and embedded method. We have all the methods we have, guys. Embedded method. And then correct Yamini. So we have correlations comes up here. I will, and then also we have Pearson correlations. I will talk about all those things in upcoming sessions, right? And then we have feature scaling techniques. Never ever confuse about three techniques, guys. What is feature selection? Feature scaling. What is meant by feature, guys? What is meant by feature? Column. In the data set, we have column. How do you find out right column for a business is important? I guys understand or not? If you choose dependent variable pass or fail, if you choose hide and wait, do you find any reason? Do you find any logic for it? Not at all, guys. Anyway, so in today's sessions, I wanted to present one of the data sets to you. Okay, I hope understand. This would be a resume number one. And the name of the projects we called analyze risk factor analysis. What is the name of the projects, guys? Risk factor analysis. How do you analyze the risk factor of banking domain? Which domain? For banking domain. Banking domain data scientist has very high-fi package, guys. Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citibank, Dutch Bank, all these things have very high packages, guys. Those data scientists, the one who works over there, the package is fantastic. Trust me. Am I clear or not? Online team. So this projects would be, this is not a machine learning project. This is not a, because we're not going to build any ML models. This is not a ML projects, guys. This is just a, which guys? I mean, EDA projects or data analysis project, and this would be your project number one. So in project number one, when you mentions in the resume, you need to work or I need to work? You need to work, guys. So I'll give you one of the link for this and I'll show the data set now. Can we download the data now? Okay, let's go ahead. It will a group, guys, not single. Every company has a team. Are you understand? Now you might ask a question, sir. Let's assume in morning 8:30 a.m. batch, I have 100 students. Can we apply all 100 students same project? The answer is 200% yes. Because in TCS, Tech M, Accentures, one project contains 30 people, guys. Are you understand or not? Now, when the 30 people complete the projects, all 30 people mention same projects or different project? Same projects? Guys, are you getting my point? So definitely project is always a risk factor. Whether you take bank industry, whether you take BFSI, finance, healthcare, even the in-house risk is there or not? 3 days you unlock the house, fourth day there is no house. Are you guys understand or not? Am I clear or not, guys? So this is called risk factor, also available in many important, guys. Now I'm going to give you one of the data sets right now. Just one moment. Okay. So let's copy and then I download three data sets, guys. Okay, look at this. And see, banking database, who was the user? In the banking database, what could be the common attributes? Employee name, customer's date of birth, customer's age, customer's qualifications, customer annual income, monthly income, CIBIL score, father, mother, does the customer has four-wheelers, two-wheelers, all those things, does the customer has land? Guys, are you understand or not? These all attributes you can find out in the database. Am I correct or not correct? Answer me, guys. Am I correct? Even though you go to India, same attributes you have. Or even though if you go to Australia, same informations they need from you. Correct or not? So I will give you one, and you can also loan defaulter. What is the name of the projects, guys? The first one, different people mention this project as different name, guys. One person, one customers or one students can mention the risk factor analysis. Other persons can mention loan defaulter. Guys, are you understand? Loan defaulter for banking domain. And you can multiply loan defaulter for banking domain. Okay, one person's insurance defaulter for insurance domain. Are you understand or not? Can we make same approach to multiple part or not? Guys, are you understand what I'm saying? So here I will, this techniques we do data visualizations, exploratory data analysis, data cleansing for banking. I will give you. So what we do in today's sessions, we getting import the input file, inspect data frames, null value calculations, analyze and delete unnecessary columns in applications TF. But there is a question: how do you find out unnecessary columns? Isn't it? And standardized values, data type conversions, null values, data imputations, identify the outliers, imbalance analysis, plot in functions, categorical, numerical, and merge data frame, and finally conclude the conclusion part. And we're not going to build the modeling part here, just we done conclusion part. Guys, are you getting me? Now, what I'm going to do, let's go back to this one, and I'll go to input sections, and I think I found the data sets or not. I have three type of, the data set size is 1 GB, guys. Applications data and previous, there's a CSV file we have or not? Might be I have the applications data. Let's open. Okay. I'll show you the data set now. And this is a live projects I'm showing to you guys. Are you getting my point or not? Let's do this. Just wait, it's a big file and it'll take some time to open it. Business understanding, column understanding is important part. All the time I'm saying that. So here, just one moment. Can go. Okay, go. Yeah, you can call them. Just 1 second, guys. Did you see the Excel sheet is processing? We just wait for some time. Okay, let's wait. Yes, Saurabh, you can apply another domain also. Correct. That's right catch. That's what I'm saying. You can apply any domain. Risk factor is there. Okay, this is the data set I have. Guys, listen to me, please. Okay. So we have how many rows, guys? 3,75,000 customers data. How many records? Every records means customers or not? Let's say you go to the bank, you enter your name, you enter your date of birth, that your records are loaded in the DB or not, guys? So how many customers we have? 3 lakh 75, 3 lakh 7,512 customers. How many columns we have? I think we have 121 columns. How many columns? 121 columns. Getting me? And let's talk about each and every first, any before you build the model, first business understanding and attribute understanding is very important. Attribute means what? Column understanding. So let's understand column. So here, columns descriptions, and I'm going to download it. 2 seconds. Just open it and open this one. Okay. So let's talk about this one, SKID. So here, let me close this. Okay. SKID. What is mean by SKID? ID of a loan ID or not? Account ID. Whenever you open a bank account in SBI Bank, you get a SBI account ID or not? So this is called account ID. Target. One or zero. One means what? Customer is target variable. Client with payment difficulties, default customers means one, not default customers means zero. Can I say, is this dependent variable or not, guys? Is this dependent variable? Default customers means one, non-default customers means zero. Name of contract type. So these ID customers apply the bank cash loans, revolving loans. And what exactly mean by that? Let's say identifications loan is a cash or revolving. Now, lot of time we pay the gold to the bank given a cash to us or not, guys? You're getting my point? This is called cash loans. And revolving means some of personal loan, HL, housing loan, business loans. So based on the loans, definitely, guys, you take a loan from the bank, and if you don't pay EMIs, he's a defaulter. He's a defaulter. Now, next one. What is the next one? Gender, male or female. Does the customers own car? Yes or no? No means customers don't have car. Yes means yes. Do you remember when you apply a personal loan, the banker asks all the details or not? Guys, are you understand? Don't say, sir, I never apply loan. Now you apply tomorrow, you get to know. Guys, are you getting my point, guys? So all those things, does a customer's I mean, does the customer has you have car or not a car? Now read this one. Plug own a car. Client owns a car. Own a reality. Does the customers has own house or rented house, or customer has flat or own flat? Now let's go back. Does the customer, how many children you have? Definitely, guys. When you apply loans, you got to know all those things you'll apply. Tomorrow you apply loan to buy a new bike. You get to see, just to see, am I correct or not? You get all those things. Even though they see you're young, they'll ask, are you married? Man, you see my face. Do it look like married? You ask these questions to him or not? Isn't it, guys? So all those things. Now, income. What is the annual income of the client? Based on the income, the loan is provided to the customers. Credit amount of the loan. Let's assume, what is meant by credit amount, guys? So if we go back to this one, the company, the bank is providing this much of amount, guys. Okay, this much of amount, these many loans, like 40 lakhs, like 12 lakhs, like 30 lakhs. So can we, are you guys understand and read all these attributes like it or not? Do you? And before that, I'll tell you some of the things here. Amount credit, credit amount of a loan, amount annuity, loan annuity, annual, year, durations of the loan, maybe 5 years, maybe 6 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 30 years, all those things. Goods price means for consumer loans, it is the price of goods for which the loan is given. Do you see, some of times you keep a gold and then bank given a loan, and you keep your vehicles, then bank mortgage loans. If you keep the house, you take another loans, guys. Team, you understand what I'm saying? And then, so will you read all those things or not? Days of birth, populations, housing type, whether it's independent house or gated communities or flat or apartments, all those things. Educations type, which is your highest educations, what is the income, and when the days of registrations, when it has happened, house registration. If you apply house as a mortgage loan, all the documents they required, guys. Now the next one. So this one, all those things we create a data set, guys. This is all data set, and we have the data set. Team, are you clear or not up to this? Everybody's understand. So we understand attribute now. Next, go ahead and we build the model part. So this one. So once business understanding, if the applicant is likely to repay the loan, then not approving the loan. For example, I'll come back to that. If you apply the loan, there's a two, whether the loan is approved or cancelled or refused or used, isn't it? If you apply for a loan, the loan is sanctioned or rejected or cancelled by any party, by maybe you or maybe bank as well. In these objects, what we're trying to do, this case studies. So let me explain. Just give me some time, guys. So this case studies identify patterns which client has a difficulty paying their installments, which may be used for taking action, such as denying the loans, reducing the amount of loans, how to landing a risky customers with higher interest rate, all those things, guys. I can say the company wants to understand the driving factors behind loan default. And also we can try to analyze which are the customers they will be not payable. So are you understand or not? Let's start the program this one. NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. Are we completed or not? Entire projects build on 4 libraries. Entire projects build on 4 libraries. Once we do this, ignore warnings, I told you. So here, reading and understanding data. You know how to read the data or not? pd.read CSV. And I have 2 data set. One is applications data frame. One is previous data frame. 2 data set I have means 2 CSV file you can download from the folder, guys. Am I clear? Now the next one. Once you find out info functions, what is gives us, guys? Info function. It will give you informations of the data, means integer, float, objects, all those things you can find out. Now I wanted to see this one and previous same thing. We read it. Describe, it gives us describe, it gives us descriptive informations. Now next step, null value, data cleansing and manipulations. Null value calculations, how to calculate the null value. Import missing number as mn. Missing number, did I explain to you before? This is the package, guys. Import missing number mn.metrics applications. Right click and open images, new tab. I wanted to ask these questions to everyone. Do you see this graph or not? In the graph, what do you understand? Do you find any missing values, guys? Null values, do you have any null values? Yes or no? Can you read the graph and explain me, online team? Total how many attributes? Total how many attributes? Not clear. AVD, please try to understand. Yamini, unmute you. Can you please help your team to understand? Unmute you.
Yeah, yes, sir. I can see in the graph in the middle, there is a lot of white spaces.
Excellent.
So it shows an indication that there may be some null values or non values present in between them.
Exactly. So the next questions to you. So what Yamini says, she's saying 122, each and every bar is one attribute, right? Whenever
sir.
you find this is complete bar, means there is no missing values. If you see this entire portion, missing values are there or not?
Yes, sir.
Values are
Yes,
there.
sir.
Right. Now, Yamini, the next questions to you. What do you think? How much percentage is the missing values we have?
I think they are around, I can't say completely 50%, sir.
Okay.
It's around 40% or 30 to 40%, I think.
Okay. What about you? Does Yamini is correct? So let's go back. Thank you. So you stay with me. Now I understand. That's what AVD I said to you. So look at this. Missing number. Even though I didn't explain missing number, what you do? Just copy and a little bit take help of this one, and you will get here missing number in Python. Just go back to the images. It's also name of Python, that exploratory visualizations analyze. Just go to images. Are you understand the graph or not? Missing values or missing number package? Getting me? Now next step. Let's go to the next step. What is the next step is insight. What insights just now? Based on above metrics, it is evident that the data set has many missing values. Now, what is the next step, Yamini? Can we check what is the percentage of missing values or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can check.
How to check? Let's do apply the formula. What is the formula? Applications.df is null. What is meant by is null?
where they are null or not,
Null
like
or
that.
not, right? Sum divided by applications df dot shape 0. Now, in this code, I gave you one line code. When you practice, split the code. First, you check what is the meaning of this one. Second step, what is the meaning of this one? Then divided by 100, and then you can pass 2. Means 2 decimals you get. Are we clear or not now? Now,
Yes, sir.
once we're done, let's plot the graph. So there are many columns in applications DF data frame where missing value is more than 40%. Now she's correct or not, guys? Yamini is correct. Let's plot the column versus what is the next step we're going to do, Yamini? Can we visualize the missing values or not?
Yes, sir. We can visualize.
And once you visualize, can we check which are the attributes as missing values?
Yes, sir.
So
Which are
let's
the
go.
attributes have more missing values? We get to know that, and later
Yeah.
further analysis may help.
Right. So this would be the missing values. Did you see we have a threshold line? The threshold line is 40, but if you see all these points are missing value. Now, what is the next step? You want to know what are the attributes are missing value, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So how do you check this one? Just go back. From the plot, we can see that columns in which percentage of null values more than 40% are marked above the red line, and the columns which have less than 40% below the red line, isn't it? Now let's check the columns which has more than 40% missing value. Guys, this is
Yes.
real time you're going to work. Same techniques you will work in the organization. Trust my words. Trust me. Yamini, I hope you're working as a data analysis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Am I-
Currently, I'm working on the EDA part, sir.
She's working in her company. Which company are you working?
I'm working for Expomics, and my project is on Schindler.
Okay. Now, whatever I'm explaining to the students, is it live or not live? Can you please tell them?
Is it live or is it actually the visualization part which we studied yesterday is much more reliable? That's what I'm working on now, actually.
Understand? I'm not
Yes.
taking, she explaining, she's working. Now, next step. So that's what I'll mute her. Now, what is the next step we're going to do, Yamini? Because more than equal to 40% empty, how can I visualize the 40% values? I have 121 attributes in the data set. How many attributes, guys? 121. Out of 121, you being a data analyst, you need to find out, and this is the reports you're going to send out to your managers, isn't it? And you can say, sir, these attributes as missing values. So this customers own a car, 65% null values, guys.
Yes, sir.
So now let's go back. How do you count it? Null applications DF. Very simple. We apply in pandas. I apply filters or not. Pandas starts greater than 40, starts less than 40. Do you remember the previous classes? Can we apply same concepts here? Guys,
Yes,
I
sir.
understand. Thank you. So here, once we do this, what is the next step? 49. Total 49 columns, we have more than null values. What is the next step? The next step is,
Visualizing.
yes, the next step we can visualize. And then before I visualize, I wanted to know, analyze and delete unnecessary column in applications DF, isn't it? Out of 121 attributes, thank you, Yamini. I just unmute you. Thank you. So now, sorry, mute you. Now the next one, how to analyze and delete unnecessary columns in applications DF. Out of 121, which one is unnecessary columns? Now let's go back when you see. Now Yamini, I think let's unmute again. I just want, do you know you asked for heat map, right? We talk about heat map. I said,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
did you got heat map this one? Because if you see, checking correlations of all the documents and we plot the heat map, and in this heat map we can do multiple variable analysis as well. So now what I'm trying to say, is it 111? Is it correlations or not? So the interview questions, how to visualize multiple variable, how to visualize multivariate analysis. What is the answer? Heat map. How to visualize one variable, univariate, any plot. How to visualize bivariate. You can plot box plot and violin plot, Kenny plot, all those things. But how to visualize multivariate? Heat map. Now my questions, Can you please work these projects? Yes or no? Can you please work these projects? And I will tell you one student, she's a mom and she never into IT before. One fantastic, let me show this, download documents prepared by my student, prepared by learners. And I'll show you this one, EDA analysis. She made a great transitions from 10 years career gap to data scientist, guys, data analyst, I'm sorry. So here, her name is Swati and bank loan default risk analysis. She worked before as a customer care in banking industry. That practical exposure helped her to make this profile. Do you see? Look at this, how she made the presentations, guys. This is called internships also. Are you guys getting my point or not? Now, whenever how to read the data, we have two type of data sets. The first one is applications data, previous data. Second one, importing input files, inspect the data frames. Data frame, applications, data dimensions, these many rows, these many columns. Previous, what is the database's applications data size? Previous data size. Data cleaning manipulations, applications data, 40% null values. Previous data, we have only 10% null values. Now, let me tell you, I want everybody, let's say, in the resume, if you mention 3 projects, I want everybody to prepare the PPT like file like that. Speaking without knowing is different. Speaking with PPT is different. Are you understand what I'm trying to say? 8:30 a.m. batch. Are you clear or not clear, guys? So, is it live projects or we're just doing for time pass, guys? Are you getting my point, guys? So please, these sessions, whatever you taking from me, you don't know, guys. You'll know later part of the sessions. Are you guys getting my point? So please, I want humble request to all seniors, juniors, experts, brothers and sisters, and technical folks as well, leads and CEOs, CFOs. Please work on it. This will be a fantastic project, trust me. And these projects you can fit into any domain. These projects you can fit into marketing, sales, I'll tell you, and like banking, finance, insurance, and I need PPT from you, not the copy paste, might be different. Okay, based on your understanding. I know these guys. Today's sessions might be 100 students are listening. Out of 100, only 30 students are understand the meaning. 70 students just listened and okay, I will do it, but they never do it. So out of 30 students, they can practically implement only 10 students. Out of 10 students, only 4 people PPT and 4 people get offers. This is the reality. This is the reality. I can train thousands and lakhs of students, guys. And leaders, everybody, I do that. So that's what, please, I humble request, please complete the projects. To complete the projects, it might take 2 months, but please complete. Thank you so much. And I'm going to share this one. Right, Kirtana. That's absolutely correct. I am going to, do you want me to share this to you? And let's see how many of them complete. And I need some dedications from you as well. Just one moment. Close it. You want me to share this PPT? Yes or no? No, I never share. I want you to make, and you share me, then I'll share. Is it deal or not? She make it, you have to make, and then you share me, then I will share. Clear? Don't scold me. I'll share guys later. No need to worry, okay? But at this moment, I won't share. I'll share later. Okay. Matplotlib C1, it's time up. I will explain in detail about Tomorrow we're gonna go ahead in fantastic class. How to generate raw data from database. Again, it's live. So what is raw data? Most of the institutes they talk about only clean data, but nobody tells how to write a query, how understand business, how we get into the DB, and how we extract the data, then we implement to Jupyter, then go to the next step. So tomorrow again, it's workshops. I'd appreciate if you bring your laptop and we can start, guys. Your wish, okay? Thanks. Let's connect tomorrow.